My name is Obinna, and before you ask me what I wanted to be in life, let me first tell you what life wanted from me. This is my story. Let me show you my world. This is where my journey begins. This is my story. 7 children, 7 stomachs, 7 futures, 1 home that never had enough. I learned early that food is not eaten fast when it is scarce. I learned how to pretend I wasn't hungry so my younger ones could eat. School was not easy, but it was hope. And hope was the one thing poverty hated the most. One day, they called my name in class. Not for brilliance, not for excellence. Go home. Your fees are unpaid. But sir, I can pay next week. Rules are rules. Go home. The class went quiet. I could hear my own heartbeat breaking. I walked home with shame heavier than my bag, knowing my parents already knew what the answer would be. That night, I listened to my mother cry. My father stared at the wall, the look of a man fighting a battle he keeps losing. And I made a decision no child should ever make. I dropped out. Not because I was lazy, not because I didn't care, but because 7 mouths were louder than my dream. Let me ask you, have you ever sacrificed something you loved just so your family could survive? Dropping out didn't save me from pain. It introduced me to a new one. Friends I once studied with now crossed the road when they saw me. Some laughed, some whispered. They stopped calling me Obinna. They called me Dropout. I worked jobs that broke my back and my pride, carrying loads. I washed plates for roadside food sellers. I also begged to be paid my own money. Please, it's mine. I need it. Thank you. My story just began. Stay tuned, follow, like, comment, and share. Some days I came home with nothing but insults. Still, I handed my mother whatever I had, because hunger does not care about humiliation. One day, I heard a man say, with that kind of family, 7 children, he was never going anywhere. That night, while my siblings slept on the floor, I sat in the corner with paper and pen and I wrote. Not grammar, not poetry. I wrote pain. I wrote shame. I wrote dreams that felt illegal.
Nobody clapped, nobody noticed, but for the first time, I felt alive.
What is the one thing you do in silence when life keeps embarrassing you?
Years passed. I didn't escape failure. I became familiar with it. Rejection after rejection. Closed doors, empty promises. But something was growing in me. A voice shaped by hunger, sharpened by responsibility, and fed by truth. Someone read my words one day. Not because they were perfect, but because they were real. Parents heard me and felt seen. Children heard me and felt hope. I spoke about dropping out, about humiliation, about being born into 7 siblings, where dreams had to queue behind survival, and people listened, because my story was not about success, it was about endurance. Failure didn't destroy me, it introduced me to my purpose. So let me ask you, not as a speaker, but as someone who has bled, if your pain could become someone else's strength, would you still call it wasted? Because sometimes, the ones who start with nothing end up with the loudest truth. Thank you for listening to my story. Please like, comment, and share my story. Trust me, someone out there needs it.